We can start talking about the Hearts and Kisses cardigan. And while you talk, I'm going to change into another one because I don't want to torture anybody by wearing the parsnip. But Emma's back from Aran Craft bringing us this beautiful piece. And I've been hearing this references throughout our show to the Hearts and Kisses, and I'm very eager to hear about, I mean, it's kind of implied, and we know already what maybe this means, but your take on this particular stitch in this button front sweater cardigan.
Sure. So this is one of our only garments where we've taken this Hearts and Kisses stitch into account. And the inspiration for this really comes from the Claddagh ring. So we're all very familiar with the heritage, the Irish heritage of the Claddagh ring for friendship, loyalty and love. So we've taken the love element from that Claddagh ring, which of course is a heart that's held in two hands. And we've incorporated it into a stitch here, so we can see that it runs right the way down along the front, and the same, it's symmetrical on each side. And then either side of our heart stitch, we have our Celtic braid, I'm forgetting them.
Well,
Celtic
there's only
braid.
150, I don't know.
Never mind. Our Celtic braid stitch either side, followed by our fisherman's cable. So it gives this nice cardigan, which kind of just sits at the waist, a nice elongated look.
Oh, you love how the pockets are set right there so that they virtually disappear.
Yes, lovely insert pockets. And actually what's really nice is the inside of these pockets are knitted really fine, and they're stitched in place. So, you know, when you're wearing it, it's just, there's no bulging, it's nice and flat.
So this choice is your yellow, but yellow can mean so many different things. And do you see how it's just the softest pastel of yellow? Next is the green. Oh my gosh, you can so beautifully see the hearts.
Yeah.
My producer Tony said, it's the most limited. I know I say that with every sweater. So here's the green. Well, it's St. Patty's Day, right? And then, of course, I always gravitate towards like whatever the neutral is, because I just think I'd wear it more often for whatever reason.
And we go with it.
So this is the beige. Now, here is something, at least in my, 2 hours almost into my presentations, I've noticed that as soon as I show the color choices, people start to go ahead and pounce on their sizes. And then from there on out, I'm updating you on what's remaining. Maybe that's because all of the St. Patty's items are on 6 easy monthly payments, maybe because you see it so infrequently. But I would have to agree with you, that is the best thing to do. As soon as you see a color that you love, if your size is available, then you go to QVC.com, you type in this item number, and you go ahead and place your order. By the way, those 6 easy pays apply regardless of how you shop. So if you're shopping with MasterCard, Visa, Amex, Discover, any of our cards, those totally work. So now that I'm seeing this on Kate, I'm noticing it almost wears like a blazer, right?
Yes, yeah, it's that lovely length. So I know we had, you know, like our long coats and our medium size, but this is a lovely like blazer. So maybe if you wanted to be a little bit more formal, or you're wearing it to work, it does act as, you know, a little cover over a blazer.
It's fantastic. And then, you know, here's what I love about really all of the stitches that you and your friends have been guiding us through, is that I see it once you call it out. Do you know what I mean? Like right now I just go, oh, that's so intricate and pretty. And when you say, oh yes, it's called Hearts and Kisses, all of a sudden, like my eye shifts and I can see the hearts in every single one.
And we have them really nicely going down the back as well.
It's subtle, but then when you catch it, you go, oh my gosh.
And what's beautiful about these, actually, we've knitted it with what we call a plated effect. So we've used 2 complementing colours of wool to knit the garment, and that's what gives it that two-tone.
The high-low.
You can especially see it in the green.
Yeah, definitely see it in the green.
Yeah, and that really allows our stitches to stand out.
This is where, I don't call for a lot of, please come in close, because I know our cameras already do, but like this just begs to be looked at. It begs to be, you know, analyzed, because look at how dense that is. I'm actually trying to poke my finger through, and there you just see how dense that is. So it certainly has that, you don't have to baby these. I mean, it's merino wool, so it has to be dry cleaned, but you don't go, ooh, you know, I'm not going to wear any rings today or anything like that, because that is the quality of Irish sweaters. They would not have such a popularity, and people wouldn't covet them as much if it didn't have that kind of quality attached to it, I think, which is so important, especially when we tie this into a price tag of $139.50, which I think if it were a blazer from most designers would be a pretty decent price tag, but maybe that's a more mass manufactured item where this comes with love and attention to detail. And I've been asking all of our guests here to just remind our friends at home how important it is to have this quality of merino wool as opposed to anything else.
It's 100% merino wool, so that gives it a lovely, soft, luxurious feeling. So we can wear this right up against the skin. It's not maybe that old, you know, impression that people have of old wool. This is merino wool from merino sheep that have been bred specifically because of their soft, fine fibres.
Additionally, I'm not getting hot in this. Like,
yes, actually that's true. Merino wool is known to actually regulate body temperature, and it's
like
again
climate
it's
control.
because of those small soft fibres. So it does create little air pockets that act as insulation, but
just
also
like it does for the sheep.
the soft fibres would draw any sweat away from the skin, so it's cooling the skin down. So it kind of has a warming and
I think that's great
effect.
to call out, especially if you get overheated. So
Yeah.
green, to the shock of no one, is at last call. All right. Then we have it in the beige. And then please don't forget about that really pretty soft yellow. A305726. See you in just a little bit with whatever's left of our QVC 2 big deal. You get to pick